Hello, welcome to Plan With Me, and we're going to go over September goals and talk about October goals. So I thought I would do a quick flip through of my September bullet journal and we can talk about what worked, what didn't, etc. So this is my cover page for September that I made. I was in a really fall mood, so I did a whole bunch of different fall leaves, and you'll see that motif carries through my September pages. Then I have my September calendar spread, where I have little bits and things, some events. I have written my goals down in here, which we'll talk about in a bit. I wrote some video topics that I wanted to talk about, and then just some other stuff. This page, as you can see, I'm gonna revamp and do a different spread than this for October, and you'll see that when I do my Plan With Me for October. I had done habits on one and gratitude on the other, and I did that in May and June, and it sort of worked, and I thought it didn't work because I didn't stick with using my bullet journal, but September I pretty much have kept writing in my bullet journal. At least a little bit every week, and this part, it was just too much flipping back and forth from the weekly spreads to this, so I'm going to actually put my habits and gratitudes into my weekly spreads, and I will use this extra space for meal planning instead. So then I have my weekly spreads. This was the first week, so it's the fullest because I did the most writing on that week. As you can see, I actually designed the pages in Canva, and then I printed them out and glued them into my bullet journal. And I found some little clip arts of leaves that I printed, and then I colored them in. So what I like about this way of planning my weeks is that I can see the week at a glance. I can see what events I have on any given week or any priorities. I can see which week of the month it is up here, and then I can look at what my tasks are for the week. I do like my notes look ahead box. The menu plan on a weekly basis wasn't so great. I tend to like looking at my menu plan on sort of a 2 weeks to a month basis, which is why I think I'm going to move the menu plan out of the weekly spread, put it in here, and then put gratitudes at the bottom of each day and habits in here instead. And then, as you can see, I didn't entirely continue with coloring in my leaves. I did the third week. And then I had not done that this week. This is next week. This Tuesday is the day that this video is going up. Right now it's Saturday. So I haven't written much in this week yet because technically this week hasn't happened yet. I have written in my birthday and some little YouTube logos for videos I want to make, and I do a grocery list in my look ahead, which I may actually move groceries over into my menu planning spread. And then here is my final page for September. It's the September in review, which I'll be filling out soon. What worked, what needs work, and my major takeaways. So once this is filled out, you'll probably see it again, and then we'll talk about goals and my month in review. So that was my September bullet journal, and now we're going to plan with me my October bullet journal. You probably can't see very well, but I've kind of sketched out my cover page for October, and there's two main themes, and I'll speed up and have some music soon, and then you can watch me ink and color it. I have a cake here because my birthday is October 1st, so I wanted to incorporate that, and then I have like a moon and like a night sky and a jack-o'-lantern, and that's because obviously the end of October is Halloween, so I'm thinking it's going to be mostly like a purple and black theme for October, whereas September, as you can see, was a lot of oranges and yellows and reds, so I'm going to do a different color scheme for October and focus on sort of like night sky colors, and yeah, it should be fun. Alright, so now you can chill and listen to the music while I ink this and color it. Oh, and I'm using a CD to trace the circle that I wanted to make this fit because that's about the right size. So this is voiceover D The first thing I did was trace back over the circle to make it a little thicker and more rugged. Then I decided I didn't like the size and shape of the cake, so I made it taller and thinner with a piece cut out, and then I drew the piece right next to it. Then I made the candles spell out for October rather than having the title on the outside. I traced the window panes frame with a little old geometry set tool because I could not find my mini ruler. And yeah, then I just outlined everything else. I added a little witch silhouette, and then I added a horizon line with some building silhouettes as well. The piece of paper on the left is my little color swatch thing because I can never remember what colors my pencil crayons or colored pencils, if you're not from Canada, look like. And then I just went about coloring everything in. So while you watch me color, I'm going to talk a little bit about my September goals. My first goal was to launch my Etsy store. I haven't done that. It didn't end up happening. My second goal was to lock down my sleep schedule, which I've made pretty good progress on. I'm doing a lot better at getting up in the morning since I gave up trying to work out in the morning. My third goal was a daily gratitude, which, as you may have seen in my flip through, I did pretty good at for the first half of the month, and then I just got really tired of flipping back to a monthly page. So I think my new weekly layout will help make that easier. My fourth goal was to start a video editing course, which I have sort of done. I found where DaVinci Resolve, the Blackmagic design, makes an actual course for learning and being certified in DaVinci Resolve, which is their video editing software, which is free, and it's multi-platform. So I've watched some of their introductory videos and gotten some of the hang of the basic tools, and I am planning to do that certification. So, sort of. My final goal was to stick to a grocery budget of $200, and ideally that would include the grocery shop that I did on August 31st. So for this goal, I can say I actually hit it. I just bought my groceries today for the rest of the month, and I came in for the month, including August 31st, about $197. Now that doesn't include the iron supplement I bought last week because I was running out of it. If you include that, then I'm at about $215, but most of that iron is going to be taken in the next 3 months until January, so I didn't count it. So I did 2.5 out of 5 goals. So obviously there's some room for improvement. But as I did realize partway through the month, I'd kind of split my attention in too many different places. So that is what it is. So here I'm coloring in all of the stuff that's through the window, and you may have noticed I've been going over it with some black, and that is because I kind of wanted it to look like the window was a bit tinted and it was really dark out the window. My camera also stopped recording on me halfway through coloring in the stuff in the window, so you don't get to see me draw and color in those cool clouds. I didn't realize that I wasn't recording until I had done a bunch of coloring that hadn't gotten recorded. So, sorry about that. So, instead of drawing out all of my monthly calendar pages, I designed them in Canva and printed them out and cut them out. Canva is what I've been using to design a lot of my digital pages. I'm hoping to try and learn Illustrator or something like that so that I'm using an actual page design software, but for now, this will do. Then I decided I wanted to write in all of my date numbers by hand. So I did that. I changed my mind partway through doing my bullet journal plan, and I decided for a purple and orange color theme, just so that I could tie in the color of the pumpkin from the cover page. So I chose 2 shades of purple and 1 shade of orange, and one of the shades of purple turned out a little too dark, so I had to kind of draw my dots underneath the numbers, whereas usually I will put them behind the numbers. Then I just filled in some of the events that are going to happen this month. And I drew some little YouTube icons for Tuesdays and Fridays, just for the YouTube videos that I'm going to make. And then I filled in some of the video topics I had already brainstormed for October. And I left some space because I only have 3 and there are 4 Tuesdays in October. So I hope to do all the Tuesdays in October, but we'll see. And now let's talk about my goals for October. My first goal is to edit a video in DaVinci Resolve. My second goal is to do a daily gratitude and do better at that. My third goal is to make 4 more Etsy listings to still keep working towards opening the store. And my final goal is to eat at a caloric deficit at least 27 days. I do have a couple days this month that may be a little more heavy calories, so I gave myself some wiggle room and I'm trying for about 90% this month. And then I did some little doodles. And for my second spread for the month, I am doing a meal planning spread. So I wrote all of the date numbers down the side, and I did some cool lettering on the top for the title. You'll see there's little X's there. I had marked out where the columns were supposed to be, but then I realized I wanted a title there, so we've got some little dots at the top. And then I wrote down breakfast, lunch, and dinner, practicing my pseudo cursive. And here I'm just highlighting all of the Mondays so that I know where my weeks start and end, because Mondays are usually when I buy groceries. So when I'm planning, I want to have planned through the next following Monday. And then here, I am looking for a Post-it note forever because I couldn't find my Post-it notes. And I just put one in there because then I can write all my grocery list on that Post-it note and then just replace it with a new Post-it note each week, and then take that Post-it note out and put it on my phone or on the outside of my planner or whatever. And I've made an on-hand section, a snack ideas, and a recipes to try. And then you can't really see this, but I drew a line of cupcakes down at the bottom here and colored them in using my theme colors of orange and purple. And then I tried to draw a cat. Realized halfway through the outline that it looked really weird, and so then it was a very silhouette-like black cat. I was going to color it and give it some features, but I forgot how to draw cat feet and legs, so it was a silhouette. And there's another view of some of the little doodles I did. So some soup and cake and a ghost and a pumpkin. And then I will do my weekly spreads. But my weekly spreads are basically going to be printouts like this, except instead of saying menu plan, it's going to have habits. And then I will just have a gratitude just down at the bottom. So that is basically, this is what my weekly pages are going to look like. They won't have leaves. I will leave these spaces empty and just do some more doodling by hand. But this is so far, and because this week goes through until the 4th, the first week that I will have will be the 5th to the 11th. So that's why I haven't really done this yet, because I have a whole week yet. But yeah, this is my October and my monthly spreads. And then this is where I can put a postage note for groceries. And some menu planning. I hope you enjoyed seeing that. Post-production D here. I just realized after I thought I was done editing, I didn't have any sort of outro. I ended the video with, I hope you enjoyed, and then I realized as I was editing I need to do all of my YouTube stuff. So I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Comment down below if there's anything you thought was cool or that you want to talk about, or like what your favorite way of planning out your week, month, etc. is. And subscribe if you want to stick around. I will warn you, if you came here because you were looking for bullet journal content, I am not actually a bullet journal channel, so bullet journal content may happen every few months, but not like super regularly. So I may make a playlist for it if it becomes a somewhat regular fixture on my channel though. And I also have an Instagram, so go there and follow it if you want to see day-to-day content of my wellness journey and how I eat and all that sort of stuff. Bye!